Okay, in the last video I told you everything that I try to eat in a day and what I think is the ideal diet so that you don't get nutrient deficiencies and that you're getting everything that your body needs in food format. And today I'm going to tell you where and how I shop for it. So grocery shopping for me usually happens in stages, but I try to do the grocery store / health food store in our community once a week. So that would also include the farmer's market. So that includes all our perishables for the week, like vegetables and fruit and any other extra things that we need to pick up. So that's the big weekly shop, and I usually do that one day a week. I usually do it Mondays, but you can do it whatever day that you want. So my bill usually for that is about $300 a week. It's everything organic, and it feeds a family of 4. So it's super expensive because that's not everything that I also get. But I find that I could probably buy less. So sometimes the grocery shop is less. Sometimes it's only about $200, but I'm giving you like an average. So, and once in a while it's $400, but mostly it averages out probably around $275, just under $300 a week. Everything's organic. So when I shop organically. And if anyone is thinking that is really hard to do, I come from a small town. It's 12,000 people. It's in Canada, and there's not that much going on, but I'm still able to shop almost exclusively 100% organic. So I would say I'm probably about a 99% organic shop every single week. And the things that aren't organic is, might be 1 or 2 things that I'm giving to my children. So it is easy to do. You can go to your grocery store. They all have an organic section. I live in a small town, like I said, in Canada, and I'm still able to find not everything that I want. I'll be honest with you. I wish they had more selection of vegetables that are organic, but enough to get by on. There's always at least 4 vegetables, and I always have to take into consideration my food sensitivities. So it is often hard to look at all the produce in the store and realize there's such a small organic section, and then I have to pare it down even further based on the fact that I don't eat nightshades and sulfur and all these other things that I'm doing for me. But you can find a lot of organic food, a lot of organic vegetables, and in the summer months there's also the local farmers and the farmers markets. So between the local farmers market, what I grow in my garden, and the grocery store, I'm usually able to find everything that I need for the week and to make interesting meals and to get all the nutrients I need in. So that's where I do that every week. Every 3 months I shop for my meat online. So I've bought a freezer that is just a stand-up freezer, one of the old-fashioned ones. I bought it secondhand. I think it cost me like $60. I plugged it in downstairs. I had somebody cart it into the basement, and it's plugged in there, and it's specifically only for meat. So it's an expensive shop. I'll be honest with you. I spend probably $600 every 3 to 4 months on meat. So basically I have a farm near me. It's called Farm Queen Foods. I love it. It's amazing, and it's local. So I go there and get all my different cuts of meat, like bison, beef, chicken, turkey, lamb. I bring it home. I usually spend about $500, $500 to $600. I bring everything home, and that's gonna last me, like I said, 3 to 4 months. Then I will go into the grocery stores in the fall. So around now, like around October now, and they usually have frozen wild Alaskan salmon that comes in. It doesn't stay very long in my grocery store. It doesn't stay all year. We can't get it, but it lasts for about a month, and so I usually try to buy about 3 or 4 a week every time I go in, and they're expensive. I think they're about $15 each. It's a long frozen sockeye salmon, wild caught from Alaska, and I will load up on it during the fall months and then put it in my freezer for the year. I also go onto Vital Choice website, which is for seafood. So you can buy your seafood on there if you've missed it coming in locally. It's just a really good source. But I buy that in the grocery stores, and then I also buy my canned tuna and salmon and oysters. I buy my oysters online. They're Crown, and sorry, I have to turn off my timer. They're called Crown, and they're in olive oil, but you can get any oyster that's in olive oil. You want to get your sardines that are in spring water, and then you want to get sustainably caught, wild caught salmon and tuna. So they also have a section for that, usually in your natural health aisle or your health food store, of the better, tunas and salmons. So that's what I get for that. And if I need anything more special, I'll look at my frozen section, and I'll make sure it always says wild caught, something like an oyster or whatever we have. Or again, you can go to Vital Choice and just you know for sure that you're getting everything. And I do that probably once every 3 to 4 months, just like the meat. And again, I put it in my freezer. I also go to US Wellness Meats. They are more expensive, but they do have certain things that I sometimes can't get from my local farm, so I will go there and I will load up on things like pemmican and pemmican sticks and big jars of tallow. I'll load up on some cuts of meat and different things. I like to get the Braunschweiger and the liverwurst there because it is a pate that they have done up, but I actually use it in my recipe, in my liverwurst recipe, as an added, because I do my own, but I add theirs in there, so it's amazing combination together. Anyways, so I ordered that and some extra meat. So you can order all your meat on US Wellness Meats, but it's probably more expensive than sourcing a local organic farm near you. In order to get all the bones and the fat and everything that you need. But I do that every 3 to 4 months. I try to do it like every season, every quarter. So for the fall, usually in September, I'll do it and it'll last me, and I'll go again just before Christmas, and I'll get my winter one, and then I'll go again in the spring, and then I'll go again right before summer holidays start and get all the summer meats. So that's what I do 4 times a year. And again, it's a big chunk of money at that time, so probably $500 to $600 at the farm, and then another couple $100 online. So, but that's spread out for only 4 times a year. So it is expensive, but it's worth it. It feeds a family of 4, and that's what I do. I don't choose to spend my money on anything else. We don't go out to dinners. We don't go on a lot of trips. We don't do anything like that. So that's where we spend our money, and I think it's a worthwhile investment, and it's easy to do. So again, between the grocery stores, farmers markets, US Wellness Meats, Vital Choice online, my local health food store, I can find all these things, and I'm in a small town, so I'm sure you can as well. We don't have a Whole Foods. We don't have any access to a Whole Foods or anything like that here. So it's a lot more difficult for me to get the ingredients, but I can still get them. And yeah, so I think that's all I want to say about this video on how to shop. Usually in each aisle of the grocery store, there'll be like a natural or a health section. As well, you'll have a local health food store in your town near you. No matter how small the town is, it usually has a health food store. And that's where you can get things like the snacks. Those extra jarred things like olives and olive oil and your oils and your nuts, your macadamia nuts and things like that. I order my pemmican sticks and my beef sticks online at US Wellness Meats. And then sea snacks I usually order online too, because I can't get the kind that I like with the olive oil here, but our local health food store has them too, but they're just more expensive than when you order them in bulk online. So sometimes I'll order, Amazon's great if you have items that are super expensive at your local health food store. You can usually get them, like sometimes I'll just get a whole case of coconut milk or a whole case of sea snacks or whatever, and I get them online from Amazon. It's a lot cheaper than buying individually. So that's how I do it. I do a grocery shop every week, and then I do my big meat shop every, I guess, 3 months, 3.5 months, 3 months. So Yeah, that's how I roll. And from that, I'm able to get everything that I need: all the juices, all the organ meats, all the livers, all the meats, all the vegetables, all the produce, all the fruit, and load up so that my body gets the nutrition and the diversity. And it's not as hard as you think. It is expensive, but it's not, it's not any less expensive than a family of 4 who goes to the grocery store and buys, like, in bulk, big frozen things like frozen pizzas and frozen lasagnas and chips and cookies and crackers. Like, it all adds up anyway. So sure, if you're just looking at a can of coconut milk and a can of organic coconut milk, the organic one's going to be more. But I'm just saying the grocery shop, all in all, works probably out to be about the same, because I'm not buying all those frozen big items like lasagnas and pies and cakes and, treats and crackers and this and that, juices and pops and things that come from the store that a lot of families are buying every week. All the frozen meals and different things. So, it works out in my mind to be about the same. People think it's more expensive because item by item it is more expensive, but it's just a good, healthy, whole foods way to eat. And so that's how I do it. And so if you were curious, I think no matter what size town you could live in, you could probably do the same. My next video is going to be how to meal prep it and what I do for the week.